Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network as we continue with our Saturday afternoon basketball doubleheader between the home team, the Bellevue University Bruins, and the visiting team, the University of Jamestown Jimmies out of Jamestown, North Dakota. Mick Krupski back behind the microphone. Dwayne Monlux will be along to join us as well for his commentary and insight. Coming into today's game on the men's side, the Bellevue Bruins 12-8 overall, 4-3 in North Star Athletic Association play. For the University of Jamestown Jimmies, they are 11-8 overall, so very similar record. They are 6-2 in North Star competition. In fact, a quick look at the North Star Athletic Association coming into today. Dickinson State on top of the conference with a 7-1 record. Their one loss was last night to these Bellevue Bruins. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Jamestown in second place at 6-2, then Bellevue in third at 4-3, Mayville State in fourth at 4-4, and then Dakota State 1-6, and Valley City at 1-7. As I mentioned, the Bellevue Bruins coming off a big win last night in overtime, beating Dickinson State to hand the Blue Hawks their first conference loss. 74-72 is the final score. A big shot by TJ Fritz at regulation, a three-pointer tied it, and then in overtime, a basket to tie once again and then win it on drives to the basket by Christian Carter. So the Bruins coming off that high last night. The Jamestown Jimmies on the road in Madison, South Dakota. They wound up losing to Dakota State by a pretty substantial margin, 83-60 on that one. First time these two teams met was back earlier in January the 11th. Jamestown coming away with a 78-62 victory. In our post-game interview last night with Lucas Gabriel, Bellevue head coach, he said it was an embarrassing trip. Dickinson State and Jamestown took the Bruins to the shed in both of those games, and so the Bruins trying to make this a revenge weekend, a pride weekend, if you will. They've already knocked off Dickinson State last night and hope to do the same today against the University of Jamestown Jimmies. First time the teams met, R.J. Smith led the Bruins with 15 points. R.J. is injured, will not play this entire weekend. He hopes to be back in the lineup next weekend, however. Nobody else scored more than 7 points for the Bruins in that loss to Jamestown. Anthony Walters led the Jimmies with 17 points, Owen Heckner with 16, and Silas Benyon with 14, 3 double-digit scores in that first matchup. Dwayne Monlux back to the booth as well. Dwayne, what's your first impression knowing the history between these two schools?
It's usually a competitive, physical game. Expect no different. Obviously, the Bruins had a lot of turnovers when they were up in Jamestown, and that was a pretty tough road trip for both the men and the women. And, you know, like we talked about before with the Jimmy women having to come in after having that tough game at Dakota State. Jamestown had a rough one yesterday in Madison, and then, short turnover and a 3.5-hour trip driving. So we'll see how their legs are as they get out here in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Last year, the Bruin men were the regular season and postseason tournament champions in the North Star Athletic Association. They've got a ways to go to duplicate that feat this year at 4-3 in conference plays. The Jimmies ahead of them at 6-2. In just a moment, we'll have the introduction of the starting lineups. The Bruins will be clad in their purple uniforms with gold and white trim. The Jimmies in white with orange trim. Let's turn it over to Ray Quinn, the PA announcer, for the starting lineups.
Number
start. All right, there are the starting. Oh, turn down that microphone, Nick. There we go. Starting lineups once again. Silas Benyon, Cole Glasgow, Carson Woodford, Owen Heckner, and Will Cordes. The starting five for Jamestown. For the home team Bruins, TJ Fritz, Christian Carter, Raphael Allen, Liam Thompson, and Emar Vincent. Look for early keys in today's game.
Quick start. The Bruins kind of slow it up and run a lot of offensive sets, so making sure we're getting good looks for the Bruins on those offensive sets and keeping the Jimmies off the boards.
Jimmies control the opening tip. Here's Will Cordes with the basketball to start things off. The point guard, his sister Kate, a member of the women's squad for Jamestown, working his way down low for the shot. Fadeaway shot by Silas Benyon, no good. Christian Carter brings the ball up the left side of the floor for the Bruins. Bruins trying to get on the scoreboard early. Here's Liam Thompson looking inside to Emar Vincent. The pass, Emar couldn't get to it as he was battling inside with Carson Woodford. Both teams come up empty. The drive to the basket, knocked away by TJ Fritz from Silas Benyon. Benyon continues to control the basketball. Bruins on the switch on the man-to-man defense, and that's going to be a traveling violation against Will Cordes. 0 for 2 on their possessions.
Yeah, watching the game on the stream when the Bruins were up in Jamestown, Benyon gave him some fits, dribbling the ball inside and dishing. So we need to keep him from penetrating deep into the key if the Bruins are going to have a chance tonight.
Checking in for the Bruins at that timeout, J.J. Montgomery. Already a quick sub for the Bruins. J.J. turns the corner around the Emar Vincent high screen. Christian Carter, the hero last night in overtime for the Bruins. Here's T.J. Fritz. T.J. also a hero with that tray at the buzzer, or in regulation. He gets the first basket tonight for the Bruins, 2-0. Bruins on top, matching the 2 on T.J. Fritz's uniform. Drive to the basket, a couple of Bruins trying to defend inside, but they can't get the stop as Will Cordes with the basket. Here's Montgomery with the basketball. Minute and a half gone by in this opening 20-minute half. Fritz inside to Emar Vincent. Emar with a strong play to make the catch and shot.
Yeah, good strong finish there by Emar. It's going to be a key for him to get some points in the paint here for the Bruins.
I expect a very physical contest between these two teams. We saw one last night, the Bruins against Dickinson State. Expect a follow-up here today. Here's Cordes on the drive. It rolls off. Excuse me, that's Benyon with the shot. Rolls off the side of the rim. No good. Here's Montgomery on the run. T.J. Fritz on the receiving end of that pass. Again, working off the Emar screen. Christian Carter trying to look inside. Shot clock at 12. Still plenty of time for the Bruins to get into an offensive flow here. Montgomery off his hand. Turnover against the Bruins, collected by Cole Glasgow. Up the floor come the Jimmies. Owen Heckner with the basketball. He'll leave it behind for Glasgow. Shot from the corner by Heckner. That's no good. Second chance opportunity, however, as the ball's kept alive inside. Heckner again from the opposite side. This time he is good. Missed from the right side, but hit from the left. The junior from Fargo.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate. Sometimes the guy missed the first one. They'll kind of run through the offense. He had his feet set, and he didn't hesitate at all to shoot the second three-pointer and was able to knock down the second one.
Shooter's going to shoot, so whistle blows across the way. First foul of the game goes against Carson Woodford.
So Will Cordes, that's relation to the...
Yes,
okay.
Brother and sister.
Wow.
Kate Cordes on the women's team. Three subs come in. Anthony Walters, Aiden Stainbrook, and Hunter Lyman, the three Jimmies checking into the game. Here's Emar Vincent operating against Lyman. Here's Christian Carter, lost the ball temporarily, gets the shot up, a little friendly roll with the rim and the board and the basket. First of the night.
Yeah, great job.
Carter.
Great job in controlling that ball. That was really, really close to a travel. Maybe could have been called a travel, and was able to softly put it up and get the roll.
Jimmy's trying to aggressively attack the basket from that guard position. That one's off the mark on the attempt by Glasgow. Here's Carter again, trying to lead a charge on a controlled break. Nothing available, so the Bruins will set up in the half court. Christian using the Vincent screen. Nothing available on the give and go. Now down to Lehman, or to Emar, excuse me. Shot no good. The rebound to Lyman. And here we go the other way. Both teams operating at a fast pace in the early going. Cordes on the pass to the side to Stainbrook. Back to Cordes. Now to the near side to Glasgow. He'll work against Liam Thompson. Breaking to the basket. Nothing available there for Cordes. He'll kick out. Shot off the glass. Not sure if that's how Anthony Walters planned it, but it counts the same.
Well, he made threes at Jamestown. He wasn't shooting them off the backboard, so I don't know if he necessarily called that one. So, but it all counts the same.
That's right. 2-point lead for the Jimmies. Here's Montgomery. Bounce pass to Vincent. Open look for Christian Carter in the corner. A defender flies by. Too strong. Christian follows his shot. Gets the rebound. 20 seconds more on the clock for Bellevue. Here's TJ Fritz available for a three-point shot. That's no good. Lyman with another rebound. And the Jimmies waste no time getting the ball up the floor. Here's Cordes working against Carter. Two guys of a similar size working down low. The shot no good. Liam Thompson with the board.
Yeah, that's multiple times as Jimmy guards have gotten way deep into the key. Our Bruin guys, we got to keep them out. We got to keep them out of the key. That's way too far penetration.
Bruins trailing by 2. Opportunity to tie or take the lead. Here's J.J. Montgomery working behind Emar Vincent. Emar with the basketball. Spin move inside. Just a little bit too short on the shot. Vincent wanted a foul called. No whistle, however. Here's Will Cordes. Three-point look on the way from Aiden Stainbrook. And he knocks it down. The lead grows to 5. First basket of the night for Stainbrook. Coming in off the bench. Again, in their first meeting of the year back on January 11th. And baseline drive by TJ Fritz, but too strong off the glass. Bruins having some shooting woes in the early going.
Yeah, just 3 for 8 from the field so far.
Walters with the catch. To the near side, the drive by Glasgow. Vincent tries to come out to help on the defense, but a good effort down low by Hunter Lyman to keep it alive for the Jimmies. Liam Thompson with the stuff on the defensive play. Liam, a member of the All-North Star Athletic Association defensive team last year. TJ on the drive, down the kick out pass to JJ. TJ will shoot. A little short on that one. Emar gets the rebound, tied up down low. And they're going to say a foul called on the play as Cole Glasgow reached in and got Emar Vincent across the arms.
Yeah, it was a real strong rebound by Vincent. I'd like to see him keep the ball at his chin and take it right back up. He brought the ball down to his waist and was able to get, Glasgow was able to get a hand on it. If Emar could just kept the ball high, he could have went right up and shot the layup and probably got two quick points, and instead the Bruins are going to get the ball underneath the basket.
A new crew of Bellevue players in. Caleb Chang will trigger it in. Nigel Wilson down low. Raphael Allen as well. Deng Jal and Matt Mathek. Here's Caleb just off the bench. His shot off the back of the rim, no good. Again, another rebound for Hunter Lyman. He's already collected quite a few since coming in. Make it 6 to be exact.
Yeah, he's a big physical kid.
Owen Heckner with the basketball. Now the leave for Anthony Walters to the near side to Silas Benyon. Back into the game, and the turnover gives the ball back to the Bellevue Bruins. Checking back in, Carson Woodford, again one of the starting 5. Both teams a little different approach to substitution. Jamestown with a couple of players at a time. Lucas Gabriel with the Bruins likes to substitute en masse.
Yeah, the Jimmies have played quite a few guys already, though, but just not the mass substitutions that the Bruins typically do. The hockey style.
Yeah. Over the boards, here we go. Bruins reversing the basketball around the perimeter. Shot clock now into single digits. Here's Caleb Chang working off the screen from Matt Mathock. Contact made inside. And we've got a double dribble called against Caleb Chang.
Yeah, Caleb just got buried there a little bit too much. Yeah, he's a little bit better on the perimeter. I thought he maybe got a little bit too deep underneath the basket. He needs to kind of stay in that 8-9 foot range and then really look to swing the ball back out on the perimeter.
Caleb, an even 6 foot tall, so he's in the land of the bigs when he's down there.
That's a generous 6 feet tall.
Drive by Walters inside, a nice head fake to clear the defender, but his shot comes up short.
That's one of the football where you always add 2 inches and 20 pounds to the football roster. So
Stolen away, the defensive play by Silas Benyon. And he'll convert it, the steal to the basket.
Yeah, he's a really, really quick player. Like I said, even watching him last week on the live stream, you could tell just his quickness, even on video. Pretty impressive player.
Bruins trying to get something going on the offensive end. 6 points through the first 8 minutes of today's contest. Bruins lost 78-62 to the Jimmies in their first meeting this year up in Jamestown, hoping to have a better outcome here this afternoon on the home floor. Here's Raphael Allen with a shot. It rolls off the back of the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. This time it's Carson Woodford who comes away with it. Benyon up the left side of the floor. Leaves it behind for Heckner. Matt Mathuk on defense, pass inside. Little baby hook inside, that's no good, off the miss by Carson Woodford. Neither team really lighting it up on offense. Bellevue shooting only 27%, Jamestown only 38%.
Yeah, we're Bruins are 0 for their last 8 from the floor, and the Jimmies currently on an 8-0 run over the last 4.5 minutes. So, yeah, Bruins need to get a good look.
A lot of basketball yet to play in this one, but harassing defenses by both squads. Shot clock down to 4. Here's the drive by Raphael Allen. Contact made, gets the shot up awkwardly, does not hit the rim. That'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, it just wasn't a very good offensive possession by the Bruins. Not a lot of fluidity in the offense there, and force her off at the end there to take a bad one-legged fadeaway. So you get a little better. We do a better job when we get the ball into the post, get a couple post touches. I'd like to see us get back to that a little bit.
Bruins a team built on teamwork more than individual effort. So players have bought into that, the philosophy of Lucas Gabriel. Thus far tonight, still kind of look for a good offensive flow. Here's Spencer Barr with the basketball. Kudos to Spencer. He helped me with the pronunciations before today's game. His entry pass inside. A nice move by Carson Woodford to get around a couple of Bruin defenders, and the lead grows to 9.
That was really good help by Jang, and a tremendous job by Woodward. Just keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and finally kind of found a little sliver underneath and was able to power up the layup. That was good defense and even better offense.
Also, assistant coach Taft Dack helped out with those pronunciations. Shot by Matt inside. Mathuk shot a little bit short. Oh, the Bruins just not finding the bottom of the basket. Quick release, three-point shot. That's going to result in a foul. Silas Benyon missed a shot, but he'll get 3 free throws here as we near the halfway point of the first half. Benyon, a 6'1" senior from Eugene, Oregon, found his way to Jamestown, North Dakota to play basketball.
Yeah, after the Bruins started off 3 for 3 from the floor, dropped their last 10 field goals, and pretty big scoring drought right now. So Jimmy's 14-2 run right now, and 10-0 run over about the last 6 minutes.
Jimmy's a 77% free throw shooting team on the season. 10-point lead turns into an 11-point lead with a chance for one more. Cole Glasgow and Hunter Lyman back into the game for the Jimmies. Last of the 3 free throws on its way, and it's a perfect 3 for 3 time at the stripe. Will Cordes back in, replacing Silas Benyon. And the Jimmies will throw on some backcourt pressure. Caleb Chang makes himself available. Now the pressure backs off a little bit. Took 7 seconds off the shot clock to get it to the timeline, so that's kind of the philosophy of that light backcourt pressure. Here's Nigel Wilson inside. Nigel has not yet taken a shot. Caleb Chang again gets into the land of the bigs, comes up short on that shot. There's going to be a foul in the battle for the rebound. It's going to go against Matt Mathuk. He was the only Bruin there battling against 3 or 4 Jimmies for the rebound.
Yeah, I really like that Caleb actually pulled up there, didn't try to take it all the way into the lane. We talked about him kind of staying at that 8-foot, 9-foot range, got right to the middle of the key. Nice little 8-footer's a really good look. Just came up just a little bit short, but I think that's where Caleb's game is really good, where he's not trying to drive into the guys that are 6'6", 6'7", pull up and shoot that 8-footer. That's a good shot.
Timeout on the floor as we are at the halfway point of the first half. 9:44 to go. To be exact, it's the Jamestown Jimmies 18. The home team Bruins stuck on 6. It's been a scoring drought of over 7 minutes for Bellevue, so Bruins need to try to find some magic to get back into this one. so the Jimmies don't get too far ahead. Hey, Bruin fans and Jimmy fans, we invite you to be part of our broadcast this evening. Send along a text message if you would like. 402-515-7654 is my number. Send along information like who you are, who you're supporting, any other words to help our broadcast, make it interesting. 402-515-7654. Bruins only shooting 21%. Jamestown at 40%, shooting about twice as good. Our first text of the night from Arizona, from Nigel's mom, Deborah. Good luck, Bruins, and go Nigel. Play hard and get the win. Thanks, Deborah, for joining us once again. And a couple of texts from the women's game that came in kind of late. I didn't get a chance to read. Sorry about that to Drew Zuha's brother and somebody listening in Florida as well. Mea culpa, maxima culpa. If you know what that means, you're an old school Catholic. So
I don't, but it sounded pretty good.
That's about the extent of my Latin. Back to work are the Jamestown Jimmies. Spencer Barr with the basketball. Now the pass to the top of the key. Owen Heckner working against Nigel Wilson. Nigel influences the shot, doesn't get the block, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Bellevue basketball. A couple of the Jamestown women's players sitting in the auxiliary seats right behind Raphael Allen as he enters the basketball to Matt Mathick. Here's Caleb Chang directing traffic. The Bruins get the ball to Nigel Wilson. Nigel looks inside to Matt Mathick. Nigel sees a little lane, it closes up, so he has to get the ball back out. Here's Matt Mathick from the corner, or excuse me, that's Deng Zhao from the corner. It rolls away. Little gremlin sitting on the Bruins rim, just knocking stuff away. Will Cordes cutting to the lane is Cole Glasgow. Deng Zhao doing a nice job on defense. Raphael Allen doing a nice job on the defensive board. Gets the rebound, brings it up ahead. Looking inside to Nigel Wilson. Nigel battling down there against Owen Heckner. Nigel, the up and under, had gone too far under. There's a held ball, possession arrow points. Tom's pointing one way, the arrow's pointing another. They'll say it'll stay down on this end. It'll be Bellevue basketball.
Yeah, Nigel just got caught a little bit too far under the basket there. I think he wanted to originally pass it. He was looking, and then he got buried in there. He's like, well, I almost have to take a shot because no one was open, and luckily Matt was able to get a hand on it and at least tie it up so he keep this possession down at the end for the Bruins.
Starting crew back on the floor for the Bruins. J.J. Montgomery wasn't a starter, but he came in early in the game, so J.J. on the drive down the left side, lost the ball temporarily, got it back. Top of the key to Christian Carter. Shot clock down to 3. Montgomery, a nice head fake to get the defender in the air. Shot on its way, and it's good. The gremlin is finally off the rim as J.J. Montgomery nails the 3.
Yeah,
Bruins with 9 points.
Yeah, that ended an 8-minute and 33-second scoring drought. So the Bruins were in dire need of that shot to go in.
Here's Heckner trying to drive down the left side. Nothing available there. Heckner has it once again, trying to work behind the screen from Woodford. Woodford has it about 10 feet away from the basket, trying to use his size to intimidate Liam Thompson. A couple of chest thumps. Liam stands his ground. He'll get the defensive rebound after the tip back up by Owen Heckner. And an offensive foul. That's going to go against Emar Vinson, as he just kind of ran over Carson Woodford, who came to a quick stop. Emar didn't.
Jimmies have some big size in there, kind of the 3, 4, 5 men here or so. The guards are, a little bit shorter, but they got some big size on there, especially from the 3, 4, 5. So we'll see how that translates for inside scoring as this game progresses.
Solid body guys,
yeah.
not the thinner guys, but the solid ones. Here's Walter, top of the key, working against TJ Fritz, loses his footing, and that'll be a traveling violation. He should play for the Bruins with those purple shoes. Again, that backcourt pressure. Now it falls back as J.J. Montgomery brings it up the floor. Nice setup play by the Bruins on the assist from Christian Carter to J.J. Montgomery. The back pick opened up the lane.
Great back pick at the top of the key for J.J. to take that back cut. If you don't have help off that side wing, that's an easy layup. So really good offensive set for the Bruins.
Drive to the basket, and they're going to foul called on the play. It's going to go against one of the Bruins. Let's see if they count the basket. Yes, they do. So one free throw to follow up. The basket by Cole Glasgow. Foul goes against J.J. Montgomery. His first personal foul, fourth team foul against the Bruins. Benyon and Stainbrook back in for the Jimmies. 20-11 our score. The old-fashioned three-point play is converted. Make that another point for the Jimmies. Back in comes Will Cordes. He and his sister Kate from Shakopee, Minnesota. Will a senior, Kate a junior. Jamestown women defeating the Bellevue women earlier today, 76-71. Very close contest from start to finish. Here's TJ Fritz to Emar Vincent. Emar tries to muscle his way in, won't get the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws instead.
Nice little screen and roll there with Emar and TJ. You know, TJ did a good job of getting rid of it quick, and Emar didn't waste any time on the ground. He immediately went up strong and got the foul. And Emar's got to make some of these free throws. He struggled last night from the free throw line, and got to be able to cash some of these in. And there's not even the jinx. It just continues. So hopefully the jinx will go the other way. But yeah, he's got to be able to knock some of these down. He's a big guy. He's going to get fouled. You got to be able to make some free throws.
60% free throw shooter on the season, but that's gone down over the last couple of nights. There, didn't get the friendly roll that time. The rebound pulled away by the Jimmies. Aiden Stainbrook. Quickly up the floor they come. Final year in the NAIA for Jamestown. The shot no good. J.J. Montgomery gets the tip to the outside. Bruins trying to hustle down the floor. They don't have numbers. A 2-on-3 situation. Time to set it back up. Emar Vincent acting as the point guard. That's not what we normally going to see. Christian Carter, that's normally his role. He and Emar play a little catch down low. Emar has a one-on-one opportunity. Now he's double-teamed. That's going to open up free look on the outside here. TJ Fritz gets it on the way, but it's no good. Nice battle inside by Emar Vincent to get the offensive rebound. Christian Carter thought about the three-pointer there, but decides to pull it back down and set into the offense. Here's the drive by Christian. Shot off the glass and good. Christian Carter with the bucket. Christian's second of the game.
It was a good job. He could have shot that 3 right away, but I think the Bruins just need to get a little continuity in their offense. It was actually a really good decision by him to wait, run the offense a little bit, and then end up getting a good look there on the baseline. Was able to knock it down and hit the 12-foot bank shot.
Continuity and confidence too. Those easier shots inside help build the confidence more than those low percentage outside shots. Foul called on the play at the drive to the basket. That'll go against TJ Fritz. His first personal foul, 5 team fouls against the Bellevue Bruins. Jamestown with 3 team fouls. Cordes will trigger the inbounds play. Silas Benyon drives, kicks to a teammate off his hand and out of bounds. A turnover off the hands of Carson Woodford. Again, the line change for the Bruins. Nigel, Matt, Dang, Caleb, and Raphael.
One thing that does when you do those line changes, it forces the other team to communicate because they're getting 5 new people and they got to match up pretty dang quick and get their defense set. And kudos, a lot of teams are able to do that, communicate real quick and get the matchups that they need.
Very good point. Chang inside to Mathok. Raphael wanted to come around the corner. Silas Benyon denying him an easy path there. Shot clock to 10. Caleb Chang with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Caleb lets fly and knocks it down. A little rim roller, but counts it down. Second three-pointer of the afternoon for the Bruins.
There's so much for offensive continuity. Let's just not run much and just launch up a 25-footer as the shot clock goes off.
Let's have a beyond NBA 3 this time down the floor. Okay. Here's Walters. Nigel Wilson comes out to defend against him. Will Cordes right in front of Lucas Gabriel and his staff across the way. Follow-up, however, off the offensive rebound by Woodford. 3-point attempt is off the mark. A whistle blows on the floor. That's going to go against the Bellevue Bruin. This time it will be against Caleb Chang.
That was a really good foul because Woodford had position on him to get that rebound. Caleb kind of just nudged him in the back to get the foul because that was going to be an easy rebound for Woodford. That was going to be an easy 2 putback. So that was actually a really good foul for the Bruins there.
Timeout called by Jamestown with 4:14 remaining in the first half. It's the Jimmies 21 and the Bruins 16. Bellevue has quietly gotten back into this one. They trailed by double digits. Now the deficit only 5. Make a defensive stand here and a chance to get a little closer on the next Bellevue possession.
Yeah, the Bruins are 4 for 5 in their last 2 possessions, field goals and kind of the tide turn, where the Jimmies now 1 for their last 7. So it's giving the Bruins a chance to inch their way back. Obviously important here for the Bruins to get a stop and have a chance to get this game back to a 1-possession game after being down 12 just a few minutes ago.
One more text in the queue comes from a windy Jamestown. A simple "Go Jimmies" from windy Jamestown. Thanks for joining us today on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Again, that text message number, Bruin fans and Jimmy fans, 402-515-7654. Benyon on the entry pass. Coming right from the pass in play to get the shot off is Aiden Stainbrook, but he comes up short. Here's that scenario we just talked about. Bruins make the defensive stop. Now let's see if they can add more points to their side of the scoreboard. Trying to look inside. Nigel Wilson trying to make himself available, but he's working against some big-bodied guys. Shot short by Chang. In for the rebound. Matt Matha keeps it alive. Bruins get a fresh 20 seconds. Here's Raphael Allen trying to work off the Wilson screen. Nigel, open look. He can take a 3-point shot. Drives in the lane, but the foul's going to be called. A grab on the drive. That'll be the 4th team foul against Jamestown, so no free throws yet here.
Yeah, tremendous effort by Matt Mathis to keep that ball alive, even give us the opportunity to keep that ball, the possession down here. When he kicked it out, I thought Roth was probably open. I thought he had a really good shot to take that open look at the 3, which for him, he's shooting just under 50%. I would like to see him maybe take that 3-point attempt.
Owen Heckner back on the floor for Jamestown. Here's Nigel Wilson again. The Jimmies try to double team when it goes into the post. Raphael Allen with an open look for 3. Back-to-back trays by the Bruins. They're right back into this one, 21-19.
Well, hey, he got the 3. It just took a couple more passes, but great job by Roth being able to knock that wide open 3-pointer down.
Jamestown trying to regain a more comfortable lead. Now just at 2 points. Here's Walters working against Deng Jia. Kick out pass. Head fake shot from Owen Heckner. No good. Nigel Wilson pulls it down. The Bruins a chance to tie or take the lead with 3 minutes remaining in the half. Inside, kick out pass, open look for Deng Jia. Deng Jia, 3 in a row from Trey Land. Deng Jia the latest. The Bruins their first lead of the afternoon.
Great kick out by Math. They got the ball in the post, just what the Bruins are trying to do, and he kept his dribble for one. Every Jamestown defender collapsed on him, kicked it out to Deng for the wide open 3, and he was able to knock it down.
Lucas Gabriel and his staff across the way shouting with excitement as the Bruins, who got off such a terrible start, going scoreless for over 7 minutes, now have the lead. Working inside are the Jimmies. Footford kicks it outside to Benyon. And there's the shot clock violation. Jimmy's not aware that it was in its final seconds. And the turnover gives the ball back to the Bruins.
And the BU bench is fired up now. Hey, 11-0 run for the Bruins after just, see 2 runs like that in the same half by 2 different teams is crazy. I said the last 3.5 minutes, 11-0 run by the Bruins. So
what a switch of momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Bruins trying to extend their current 1-point lead. Here's Chang. Crashes into Will Cordes. Cordes got the worst of that, but bang, he'll be called for the foul.
It was a tough call on Cordes. He was in a pretty good position. He's kind of pleading his case there. He might have a little bit. Probably a call that didn't need to be made. Didn't really have much of a bearing on the play. I thought he was playing pretty good defense, and kind of a tough foul for him.
Let the flow of the game go. That's his first personal. Now 5 team fouls for Jamestown, 6 for Bellevue as we're under 2 minutes to go. Wilson bounce pass inside to Matt Mathick. He's had a nice first half, especially the last several minutes. Working inside, the left-hand shot kicks off the back of the rim. He's still battling for the rebound, but it's pulled down, muscled away by Owen Heckner. Chance for Jamestown to regain the lead that they had most of the first half. Silas Benyon off the mark. Caleb Chang, another rebound, trying to run the Bruin fast break. But the Bruins will set it up. Nigel Wilson, will be called for the offensive foul, illegal screen. Nigel not happy with the call. May have stuck that elbow out a little bit, but may just have been there to protect himself from contact.
Yeah, I kind of deflected my eyes. I was looking at the backside, so honestly, I didn't see the screen. So whether it's a good call or bad call, I guess I don't know. I wasn't really eyes on that play right there. I was looking more at the paint.
His feet were set. I think it was the contact with the arms that drew the official's attention. And now Nigel's going to get a second personal foul as he knocks the driving Silas Benyon to the ground. So 2 free throws upcoming for Benyon as Nigel picks up the second personal foul. The Bruins now with 8 team fouls. 2-shot situation here.
Yeah, that was just 100% frustration.
Yes.
It was a hard foul, which, Benyon was going to the lane. He was going to get a layup, so at least he, making him earn it from the free throw line. But you could tell Nigel's definitely frustrated there, and some of it came out there, which is fine. A minute and a half left. Get your composure back. The Bruins are going to need you in the second half. So, and we're still, and the score's still tied. So, tough call, didn't go your way, but you had a lot of basketball left.
New crew of Bruins on the floor. Benyon now with 6 points after that last made free throw. 4 of his points have come from the free throw line, where he's a perfect 4 for 4. Make that 5 for 5. J.J. Montgomery works to get himself free. He'll bring the ball up the floor. 1:15 and counting. Couple possessions remaining in this first half. Here's Emar Vincent working inside. Liam Thompson wide open under the double team. Emar with the assist on the play.
Yeah, good look by Emar, and going to be able to hook that pass around the baseline defender to get Liam a wide open look at a layup.
Silas Benyon, after making those 2 free throws, comes down, makes a 2-point shot from the wing. Again, a 1-point lead. We're under a minute. 1-point lead for Jamestown. TJ Fritz, 2 points thus far in the half, hasn't really gotten untracked yet. Shot clock halfway through. Here's Liam Thompson trying to work inside. 1-on-1, left-handed baby hook, off the mark on the shot. Rebound brought down by Woodford after playing defense against Liam.
Yeah, Liam usually a pretty smart offensive player. Probably wasn't the shot he was really looking for, a spin around lefty hook. Probably not the shot the Bruins were really looking for in that possession.
TJ Fritz and Silas Benyon holding hands near midcourt. Offense and defense. Now the Jimmies will try to get in their offense. Benyon on the penetration. Kick out pass. A shot by Spencer Barr. No good, but there to make the play is Silas Woodford. And a shot clock violation. And that will be the end of the first half. Are they going to say, hold on before we go? They're double checking to see if it did touch the rim or not, and if there's any seconds left.
I think they should probably put about 2 seconds left, because I thought the shot clock buzzed with 2 seconds left. So, but apparently they're just going to call it half. So,
by mutual agreement or just whatever, the Jamestown Jimmies enter halftime with a 1-point lead, 25-24 over the Bellevue Bruins. So the Bruins started off pretty terrible, no other way to say it, but they fought back. Got into this one, had a lead for moments. Now it's going to be a battle till the end. 1 point here, 1 point there. Let's see how it turns out for the second half of action.
Well, I don't think either team is putting on a clinic with a bunch of campers showing some shooting right now, because it hasn't been the best shooting by either team. The Jimmies they're struggling from the floor, only shooting 29%, 8 for 28 from the field. 3 for 9 from the three-point line, but which is 33%, which isn't great, but isn't terrible. But the shooting woes there is reflective of the score. Only getting 25 points at halftime, and the Bruins really not shooting that much better. 37%, 10 for 27 from the floor. The Bruins are 4 for 10 from the three-point line, which has kind of kept them in the game up to this point. The Jimmies have the nod at the free throw line. They're 6 for 6, and Bruins have yet to make a free throw, sitting at 0-2. But kind of just an ugly game so far. I don't know if that's a combination of good defense and just poor shooting, or but yeah, not a lot of shots are falling.
A relatively turnover-free game, 6 against the Bruins, 5 against the Jimmies. So against the pressure, the team's been handling the ball pretty well. It's just the shots aren't falling when they do get them off. Keep working hard, Bruins, from the Geysers. Listening in Oklahoma, that's associate head coach Nate Geiser's family. They're with us every game. Thanks again for joining us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. A quick look at the individual scores in this first half. Dun, 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 dun. Silas Benyon with 9 points leads the way. for the Jimmies, but then nobody else with more than 3. Glasgow, Walters, Heckner, and Stainbrook with 3 points apiece. 2 points apiece for Carson Woodford and Will Cordes. So a lot of people scoring, but not a lot of people scoring very much.
And really on both sides. For the Bruins, J.J. Montgomery's leading the way with 5 points, and Christian Carter's got 4, and then a plethora of Bruins with 3 or 2. So, yeah, the scoring's been really tough to come by. It's a pretty physical game. Like I said, not a great shooting game so far, but that can change. Teams get tired in the second half. Maybe the defensive intensity drops a little bit, and then some easy buckets might come of it. So, but both teams need to pick up their game offensively.
We'll see what happens after we take a short break. We'll be back in about 7 or 8 minutes with more exciting basketball action. Keep it right here. Dwayne Monlux and Mick Krupski with you on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Back in a bit. Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Still in the final minutes of our halftime break. The visiting Jimmies up 25-24. If the men's game were played in quarters like the women's game, the Jimmies would have won quarter number 1. The Bruins would have won quarter number 2. That's why we're at the 1-point game at halftime.
Yeah, it was crazy. The 2 runs the 2 different teams went on. The Bruins just ice cold early in the game, and Jimmy's jumping out to 18-6 lead, and then out of nowhere the Bruins stormed back, made a couple threes, and then next thing you know, it's a one-point game after the Bruins went on an 11-0 run. So yeah, Jimmy's 13-2 and the Bruins 11-1 run, 11-0 run. You don't really see that very often with 2 teams having that size of a run, in the same half.
Charles Dickens said a tale of 2 cities. Here at Bellevue, we say a tale of 2 basketball sections of the first half unfolding for us tonight. A couple more texts in the queue during our halftime break. Let's go Bruins from the Havises listening in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. That's assistant coach Aaron Havis's family listening in, as they always do. Glad you guys are with us once again. Stay strong and believe, Bruins. Cheering you on. J.J. Montgomery's family listening in Fremont, California, up near the San Francisco Bay Area. Thanks, guys, for joining us once again. J.J. and his teammates hoping to make it a clean sweep this weekend. The win last night against Dickinson State, and hopefully a win today against Jamestown.
Speaking of people that call in, I think I've been on this for about 4 games now, and I don't know if Nigel's mom has ever missed a call in or a shout in from when hearing the names as you read those off. So
it's always great to hear from Deborah and everybody who texted, the Havises, the Geisers, all the different family members. The Liam Thompson's family oftentimes texts in from Arizona as well. So always kind of fun to have a little contact with people on the other end of our broadcast. We appreciate you doing that. All right, here we go with the second half of action. 20 minutes up on the board. Jamestown with the opening possession. Here we go. Will Cordes with the basketball. Now on the inside here to Owen Heckner, reversing to the opposite side. Carson Woodford trying to work against Emar Vincent. Emar, pretty solid defensive obstacle. The double move, and it's down. Nice play by Carson Woodward with a baby hook. Woodford with a couple of points, a couple of buckets on the night so far. These 5 o'clock starts, I'm never quite sure whether to say afternoon, evening, night, whatever, so I just kind of mix it up to keep everybody confused. Here's Emar Vincent working inside. He'll get the basket and the free throw.
Yeah, both teams making an effort to get the ball in the post on both possessions, and both teams coming away with points.
Second personal foul against Carson Woodford, so he collects a basket on one end, collects a foul on the other. Emar bent over just a little bit. He may have taken a shot to the solar plexus or something on that one. Toes the free throw line. 1 free throw upcoming. Has not been the strength of his game as of late. But that one goes down nicely. 1 for 3 from the free throw line for Emar tonight. The Bruins tied up at 27 all.
I think that could be a nice sigh of relief. He knows, as a shooter, he knows he probably missed 6 in a row, and I got to knock one down, so maybe that'll give him a little bit of confidence going into this game further.
Silas Benyon with the drive into the lane, looking for help from a teammate. Over the top, partially deflected, and into the hands of J.J. Montgomery. Again, Emar takes one in the chops on one of the passing players. A traveling violation as he took that step before the dribble.
One of those things with him, he's just so strong, like you said, that sometimes he gets beat up a little bit more than maybe a normal post player, because he can just guys bounce off him a little bit more. But I think at times that frustrates him too. So
yeah.
And which would frustrate anybody. But hanging in there, and they say he's a big physical guy down low, and the Bruins are going to need him.
Helping out on the defense that time on the drive. Entry pass down low. Nice job on the timing that time on the assist from Cole Glasgow to Carson Woodford. Woodford with both second half baskets for the Jimmies. Here's Montgomery setting up the Bruins offense, working at the point. Now he'll give it up the point to Christian Carter. Both teams' guards not afraid to challenge the dribble. TJ Fritz inside to Emar Vincent. Again, Emar on the receiving end of a of an opponent's arm. TJ able to control the basketball and get the shot up for the bucket. Good body control by TJ Fritz.
There was a lot of body flying all over, so
Yes.
to be able to get that off and knock it in is pretty. That was a pretty crazy circus-like shot.
Liam Thompson knocks that pass out of bounds.
Probably not the most high percentage one, but hey, it counts. It counts, and the shooting percentage went up for the team.
We've talked a couple times already today about how physical this game is. Expect more as we continue on in this second half. A whistle blows on the entry pass. That's going to go against Liam Thompson. His first personal. Both teams now with one team foul. Bruins on the switch on defense. Silas Benyon goes up to get the entry pass. Liam standing right with them. Fadeaway jump shot is good. Nice body control there by Silas Benyon.
That was a good little fadeaway there. As Liam actually had pretty good defense on him, and Benyon just made a better shot. Nice little fadeaway from 10 feet.
Again, Vincent on the entry pass. Double team down low. Christian Carter, kick out pass to the official. So just a little, trying to see out of the corner of your eye. Didn't recognize the stripes as opposed to J.J. Montgomery's purple and gold uniform.
Yeah, right when he caught the ball at the top of the key, I thought he had J.J. right on the wing. I thought he was going to throw it. Instead, he faked it, took the extra dribble, and then kind of forced it out. I think if he had thrown it right away, I think J.J. would have had a wide open three there. 8
turnovers now against Bellevue in the game. Carnes on the drive to the basket. Banks it home. Will Cordes on the bucket.
Yeah, the Bruins don't want to get Cordes and Benyon going. Two of their players that can score quick and get a lot of confidence going at the guard position. They really have to step up their game defensively on those two.
TJ tied up on the drive inside, and the possession arrow points to Bellevue, so the Bruins will keep possession. This is the 11th time these two schools have met on the basketball court. It's series tied 5-5 through the first 10 contests. Subs in for the Bruin. Same crew that we've been talking about all game long. Raphael Allen makes the catch. Bounce pass inside to Matt Mathek. Matt draws the double team, loses his balance, and will be called for the traveling violation. So the Bruins with 3 turnovers in the early minutes of this second half of action.
Yeah, just need to settle down, a little hyped up. Looks like coming out of the out of the halftime break. A couple guys trying to do a little bit too much. Just need to get back in that offensive rhythm, get a couple stops on defense.
Cordes with the dribble. Raphael Allen picks him up. Over to Cole Glasgow, keeps his heel of his pivot foot planted on the floor, spins off of that off the glass and in. Cole Glasgow now 5 points.
Yeah, that was a good move. He kept his pivot foot, rotated around 2 or 3 different times, got himself a good look, and was able to kiss it off the glass from about 8. That was a really strong move.
Into Matt Mathek, open look for Raphael Allen. 3-point land, just a little bit too short. The Bruins starting off kind of cold here in the second half. Benyon on the drive, splits the Bruin defense, can't get it to go, but the follow-up, tip in by Hunter Lyman. Caleb Chang across the timeline. Bruins trailing by 8 points after trailing by 1 at halftime. A 17-5 second half start. Excuse me, make that 12-5. I didn't think that sounded right.
Yeah, and that's an 8-0 run in the last minute and a half, too. So for Jamestown, it's scoring quick.
Shot clock at 2. Caleb Chang gets the shot off before the buzzer, but it goes out of bounds. And the Jimmies with a strong defensive effort that time down.
Yeah, that was just, again, a couple possessions, a few possessions. The Bruins just haven't had any offensive continuity, just kind of dribbling the ball up on top and not really moving the ball real well. And that was another one of those that kind of 30 seconds and not even a remotely good shot to end that possession. So we've got a few of those tonight.
Bruins got away with a couple in the first half and scored on the three-pointer, but not that time. 15.5 to go in tonight's contest. Here's Walters on the drive. Nigel Wilson holds his ground. Up now, you're going to say Nigel will be called for the foul. That'll be 3 on him.
Yeah, I think Nigel's a little upset on that one. He did left his feet, and he did get a foul there. I think he's more upset than himself that if he just kept his feet on the ground, I think he would have been okay.
Entry pass off the inbounds play. Hunter Lyman a little short on that shot. Good look inside. Bruins clear it, trying to get the offense going once again. There's going to be a grab on the play. That'll go against Cole Glasgow, his second personal. 2 team fouls on each squad. Bruins running a box on the inbounds play. Here's Raphael Allen, the Gary, Indiana native. Down to Wilson down low, trying to get a position for the hook. Gets the friendly roll off the rim. Nigel with the bucket. Wilson, his first points of the night.
Yeah, I'd love to see Nigel get a few looks down in the post, and he could always step off back to that elbow and make some passes down low, too.
Wilson leading the break on the 3-on-2 out to Caleb Chang. Now the Jimmies get their numbers back down. The Bruins will reset it on the offense. Nigel averaging about 10 points per game, just 2 tonight. Comes up to the high post for the screen. Allen out to Chang. Shot clock in single digits. Caleb trying to work his way inside, stolen away. It was Heckner who got his hand on it initially to knock it away.
That's 10th turnover on the Bruins, too.
And then on the other end, Owen turns around and knocks down the tray to extend the Jimmies' lead to 9, 40-31. Timeout on the floor with 14:22 to go. It's the Jimmies 40 and the Bruins 31. Similar scenario to how we started the game. The Jimmies came out smoking. They're coming out now with a 15-7 start through the first 5.5 minutes of this second half.
Yeah, Jimmy's outscored the Bruins so far by 8, 15-7 here in the second half to take this 9-point lead. Just like I said, the offensive continuity and flow at the end for the Bruins just is not great. Had a couple tough shots, a couple turnovers. Just need to get some of those low post touches where they start kicking out some of those three-point looks, and a little bit different rotation. With RJ Smith out, you got Matt getting multiple minutes. His passing, his game is just a little bit different than RJ's, where RJ's a little bit more of a better passer, kick out. Maybe that's Matt's strength, but we've got to find a way to get some of the continuity going offensively.
Christian Carter with the basketball, working against Spencer Barr. Thompson with the high screen. Kicked out of bounds by Barr. Bruins will retain possession. North Dakota and South Dakota, the home for most of these Jimmy players. Also Oregon, Minnesota, Iowa, Florida, and New York. Here's Christian Carter on the drive to the basket, splits the defenders. The shot won't fall, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Those are some of the plays we saw him do last night on the drive to the basket in overtime that came away with the Bruin victory over Dickinson State. Carter, a good free throw shooter. He'll be stepping to the line. How good? About 75% on the season. Been a good free throw shooter all throughout his 4-year Bellevue University career. Short on that one. Mom and Dad Marnie and Steven in the stands tonight. They're frequent visitors from the home in California coming here. Second one is good. 8-point lead for the visitors. 14 minutes to go in this one. Bruins will be on the road next weekend after 3 consecutive home games. Benyon has his legs go out from underneath him, and then a foul's going to be called on the play. Not sure if it's Carter or Vincent who will get the foul.
Sometimes I think those are tough calls. It's a scramble for the ball, and guys are diving in there, bodies are diving in there, and you'd like to see that be able to play out a little bit, unless it's something blatant, which I didn't think it was. I thought that ball should have probably been able to be played out a little bit.
Or just call a held ball, avoid an injury situation. Silas Benyon on the turnaround jump shot in the lane. The lead grows to 10. That's the largest lead of the evening, I do believe.
Yeah, and Benyon's sitting with 13 right now, leading scorer in the game, and he's got the ability to take over a game, that's for sure.
J.J. Montgomery to the elbow. Nothing available there. Out to T.J. Fritz. Again, the Bruins just not getting that good offensive flow. Kudos to the Jamestown defense. for most of that. Here's Carter working around the screen again. Defensive help in the lane. That's going to be a travel against Christian.
Yeah, good thing. It's kind of a frustrating offensive set, or don't run the high post, ball screen until about 11 or 12 seconds left on the clock. And if we don't get a good look right away, then we're kind of getting in scramble mode where shot clock's down to 3 or 4, and we're not even close to getting a shot off, and then have to force something or turn it over. So, like to see us get something going offensively a lot sooner in the shot clock.
It's hard to play in scramble mode. That shot by Benyon is short. That's going to be a foul against Carson Woodford, trying to go over the back of Emar Vinson. That'll be the 4th team foul against Jamestown, the 3rd personal against Woodford. Back into the game comes Hunter Lyman. And for the Bruins, Raphael Allen, Caleb Chang, Matt Mathuk, Nigel Wilson, and Deng Zhao. Silas Benyon, the leading scorer for Jamestown, almost 16 points a game. Anthony Walters, 14 points a game. Walters has been held in check with only 3 tonight. Chang on the handoff. Weave around the perimeter, trying to open up a look inside for somebody available like Matt Mathuk. Whistle from the outside, both outside officials. That'll go against Anthony Walters, his first personal, but now 5 team fouls on the Jimmies. Allen setting up the Bruins offense. Wilson. Nigel shoots for 3, halfway down, and then kicks back out.
That's a good look, and I like to see him shoot that. It forces the Jamestown defense to extend a little bit, and then Nigel's quick enough, too, that if they extend out and cover him on that three-pointer, he's quick enough he can drive by somebody, too. So I'm glad he took that shot. I think that could open up the Bruins offense later in this half.
Foul on the floor, no basket on the play. Foul's going to be called against Hunter Lyman. His first personal foul, but now 6 team fouls, so the Bruins will be shooting free throws on the next Jamestown team foul. Wilson, opportunity, a little left-handed hook, up and in. Nigel, final range with that one. 4 points for Nigel on the night.
I like the baby left-handed hook.
Yeah.
That's a tough shot.
Not a natural left-hander, but it made it work that time. Walters, top of the key, over to Benyon. Benyon once again tries to penetrate, looking for a teammate, gets it over to Walters, over near the Jimmy's bench, working against Nigel Wilson, and the friendly roll off the rim. Anthony Walters with the basket. Now 5 points for Walters on the night.
He's an explosive, fast, big, strong kid.
Chang penetrates, shots off the glass, up and in. Caleb Chang with the basket, and the and one upcoming. Well, the Bruins will be shooting free throws the rest of the night. 11:24 to go, as that's the 7th Jimmy team foul. The last one on Aiden Stainbrook, his 4th. Stainbrook out, back in comes Owen Heckner. Chang to the free throw line for the Bruins. 83% free throw shooter on the year. Kind of got that flat butt against the back of the rim and found its way through. Bruins back to within 7.
Not pretty, counts the same.
Benyon loses his footing. He operates at such a fast speed, he doesn't always keep his feet with him. Benyon once again working against Chang. Caleb up to the task, looking for help from Walters. He'll drive inside. Nice help out defense by Matt Mathuk. He grabs the rebound, and he's fouled from behind by Hunter Lyman. So free throws upcoming for the Bruins in the 1-and-1. Second personal against Lyman, so one big with 4, another big with 2.
That could be a big factor in this game now, with the Bruins being in the bonus with 11 minutes left to go. You know, the Bruins only have 3 team fouls, and that was the Jimmy's 8th. The free throws could be a major factor in this game, especially as physical as it's been. The Bruins can score some points, but you got a couple guys that are going to have to be able to knock down some free throws. Get yourself back in now, 7-point game. You know, Matt, you're going to have to step in and knock some of these down.
Bellevue, a 69% free throw shooting team on the season. Front end swoops away. No good. Lyman with the rebound. And the Jimmies back in possession and a 7-point lead. Under 11. Glasgow to Benyon. To Cordes. Cordes trying to muscle his way inside. A foul's upcoming. In the act of shooting, so 2 free throws upcoming for Will Cordes, the senior out of Shakopee, Minnesota. The Jimmies, a 77% shooting team on the season, so a couple of notches better than the Bruins overall.
Well, the men and women both shoot well from the free throw line. And a very, very high clip for teams.
Women were 80-something. I forget the exact number, but that's getting the job done at the line.
Oh, yeah.
45-37 our score. Wilson. Just off the left side, trying to back his way down. As he does, he'll draw the double team. The pass stolen away by Will Cordes, kind of lying in wait for that one. Benyon steps up for the shot and nails it. Silas Benyon having some fun on the night with 15 points for the Jimmies. Timeout on the floor with 10-11 remaining in the game. It's the Jimmies 48, the Bruins 37. Again, the Bruins stuck in this offense that's just not producing in a couple of minutes here as we open the first half of the second half.
Yeah, we're trying to move it around and get the ball in the post, and at times we're getting it out of the post too quick. Other times we're not getting it in the post, and then if we don't get in the post, we're not getting enough penetration by the guards, and then we get stuck back up at the top, like I said, with 10 seconds to go and have to do the high screen, and just, yeah, the continuity offensively is just really not there. 35, we've only had 35 shot attempts on the game with 10 minutes to go. That's obviously a very low number.
Yep.
The Jimmies are 18 of 43. They've had 8 more shot attempts in the game. Both teams are on by identical, 42 and 43%, but the Jimmies are just getting more shots.
Backcourt pressure. Bruins pass over the top of it, then dribble to set up into the offense. Let's see if the Bruins can find the magic that they had in the second half of the first half as we get to the second half of the second half. How's that for fractions?
There you go.
Emar Vincent again draws a double team. Bruins get it to Carter. Christian will drive into contact. The shot does not go down. Heckner with the rebound. One of the Jimmies down on the floor. Now up is Cole Glasgow. Bad place to be when you got a bunch of 6.5-foot tall players jumping all around you. Here's the drive by Cordes, the spin, the shot, it's good. Will Cordes to the bucket, he has 7 points.
Yeah, so those guys can't get those 2 guards going. They're both solid players, and Cordes in there with a nice spin and a power little jumper there from 4 feet, and knocked it home.
Whistle blows on the entry pass to Emar Vincent. The Jimmies shooting 69% from the floor this half. Bellevue shooting not bad at 56%, but the Jimmies had twice as many shots in this half as have the Bruins.
Yeah, and then a couple free throws. Like I said, we're back in the bonus, and now Emar, at the free throw line, hopefully able to knock, he needs to knock these down. Obviously not the, free throws and Matt, struggle a little bit off from the free throw line, and Emar is not the strongest at times free throw shooter. So really got to get these. Can't give away these, for opportunities for free points at the free throw line. You got to be able to convert some of these free ones.
We'll have a Emar Vincent 1-on-1 situation when we come back. One more text in the queue. Let's go, Nigel. Do work. From your Nana, sister Nylia, and Dad Brian watching in Tucson. Bear down Bruins. Get some. And a muscle arm. That's how your bicep looks like, huh? And a basketball emoji as well. We wish, huh?
Yeah.
All right, timeout on the floor. Bruins trailing by 13. The Jimmy's largest lead of the night. Still plenty of time to go. But again, the Bruins, nobody with more than 6 points. A lot of guys have scored, but Caleb Chang with 6 points. Nobody else with more than 5 beyond that. Benyon with 16 points, but none of his teammates more than 7. But there's a bunch of them that have something to contribute to the total.
Honestly, it looks like Benyon scored 40 points because nobody else is scoring, right? He's got 16 points, which is a really healthy offensive game. but it seems like he is the only person on the court scoring for anybody. Like I said, Bruins have a plethora of guys. One guy was 6, which is Chang, and then everybody else has 5 or less, and Benyon and Cordes has 7, and everybody else on Jamestown has 6 or less. So, yeah, just the offense is just offensive woes for both teams continue.
9 Bruins have scored, but as we said, nobody with more than 6. 8 players have scored for Jamestown, and outside of Benyon, nobody more than 7. Here's Emar at the free throw line, the Omaha North graduate. Makes the front end and 1-and-1, so his confidence has come back at the free throw line. You mentioned that earlier on after making that 3-point play. Second one off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Carson Woodford. And the Bruins need to do the defensive stops to get back into this one. Here's Benyon leaving it behind for Heckner. Now into the hands of Glasgow. Benyon stopped by Carter. Heckner thought about the 3, shot clock down to 3. Glasgow spins in the lane, knocked away by Emar Vincent, and they're going to say a goaltend. Count the bucket on the drive to the basket. Once it touches the backboard, you can't swat it away. Just a split-second tardy in getting there. So Bellevue basketball. Entry pass to Emar Vincent. Emar going to take it coast to coast on the drive. He'll get the basket and the and 1. It's the Emar Vincent show on that one.
Well, he said if I'm going to give two away by a goaltend at the other way or at the other end, I better get back down and get my team 2 points back.
Foul on the play goes against Carson Woodford. That's his 4th. He'll step out, and Hunter Lineman comes back in. Nigel Wilson and Raphael Allen back in for the Bruins, replacing Montgomery and Thompson. Chance to cut the deficit. Now at 12 in the double bonus, so Emar will get 2 free throws here. That's the 10th team foul. Shouldn't he have gotten 2 free throws? He made the basket.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yep,
that brain freeze there for just a moment. Benyon denied the easy look inside by Vincent. Again, that matchup. Benyon trying to use his speed, gets around Emar, and then fouled. A chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Benyon and Vincent have a few words and maybe a smile for each other as they stare at each other.
Yeah, a tough match up there with Benyon pretty quick, and he can make 3s. So forces Vincent to go out and cover him and extend out to the 3-point line, and then Benyon just too quick and was able to seal Vincent off on his back and finish the and 1.
Vincent with his 2nd personal foul. The Bruins now with 5 team fouls in this half. Again, trailing at a big deficit, 15 points. That becomes the largest lead for Jamestown. Entry pass to Vincent. Again, double team help down low. Emar crashes to the floor. Now it's a rugby scrum across the way. And Jamestown comes away. And Lucas Gabriel will be hit with a technical foul. Lucas not happy with the officials. We saw him contest some calls last night as well. Emar just got mugged basically on that play. There should have been a call fouled early in that possession for the Bruins. So
Yeah, Coach,
2 free throws coming up on the technical.
He has right to be upset. That was a foul, big time, that didn't get called on Emar, and he's venting his frustrations. They're having a rough run right now, down 15, and then you don't get a call, and he gets fired up. Sometimes that'll fire your team up too in a situation like this. But the Jimmies definitely got away with one there because Emar did get fouled pretty hard there.
Well, Cordes makes one of the 2 technical free throws. Timeout on the floor. And it's the point you made earlier too. In a couple of games, Emar's a big guy. I mean, he's a guy that officials maybe don't call fouls against him as much because he is so big. They think, he's a big guy, he can take it. Well, no, it's everybody should be treated pretty equally when it comes to the basketball floor, whether you're a post player or a guard.
Yeah, that one wasn't even one where it was just like he's banged off, getting bumped off, and you kind of don't notice. That was a pretty hard foul that just didn't get called.
Timeout on the floor, 16-point lead for the Jamestown Jimmies with 8:01 remaining in tonight's contest. Second time through the conference lineup for both of these teams. As we mentioned several times during the course of the season, the North Star, because they only have 6 conference members, only 5 opponents. Everybody's playing each other 3 times this year. The third and final meeting will be in Jamestown in February. That'll be the final game of the regular season on February 22nd. So depending upon this one turns out, it could be the rubber match of the three-game set, or it could be an opportunity for Jamestown to sweep.
Yeah, I mean, they're, to be honest, I think, the Jimmies are, pretty good control of this game, up 16 with 8 minutes to go, and with the ball. The Bruins are going to have to get a couple stops and no panic time, but you got to start making some shots. We got to get offensive flow, get a couple layups, knock a couple jumpers down. But it starts at the defensive end, got to get some stops. But the other end, you still got to put the ball in the basket.
We saw that happen in the first half. No reason why it couldn't happen again here in the second. Here's Benyon with the basketball. Again, Emar draws the assignment on the switch. Now TJ has him on the baseline drive. Pass down the corner. Cordes on the drive, and a foul's going to be called against Emar Vincent on the grab against Will Cordes. Now 17 fouls against Bellevue, so a 1-and-1 situation for the Jimmies. Well, it's going to be a free throw shooting contest, I think, over the next 7.5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm real impressed with this Benyon from Jamestown. He's quick, he's explosive, he sees the floor. Just him driving and penetrating. Sometimes he doesn't get a shot. He forces the defense to collapse on him. He kicks around, and then his teammates will make one extra pass and getting some good looks.
Cordes at the free throw line. If I'm reading this correctly, he's a 97% free throw shooter on the season. He missed one of the 2 technicals, but he's 2 for 2 there. The lead grows to 18 points. Wow. That's what you shot when you played college basketball, wasn't it?
That was the other end, 3 for.
Open look for Raphael Allen. Again, the 3-point attempt. Swoops off the rim, no good. Pushing ahead. Nice defense by Christian Carter on the Owen Heckner attempt to drive. Nigel Wilson on the entry pass. Had a temporary one-on-one situation. Here's TJ Fritz from near the Bruin bench. That 3-pointer is knocked down. Still a long way to go for the Bruins, but that's a start.
Yeah, needed that. Really needed, Jimmy's run a 6-0 run, and the Bruins just couldn't knock a shot down. And sometimes, TJ gets hot too. You get him, he makes that 3-pointer and gets another look down there. He get another one, and next thing you know, he keep you on a heat check type of thing. He's got that ability. Still going to be down here. Got to get some stops, and then, got to speed things up a little bit. 7 minutes left, which is still plenty of time. But can't necessarily wind the shot clock down to 0 or 1 or 2 and bank on those shots going in.
Yeah,
because the possessions, you only have so many possessions left. So need to maybe get a couple steals, and hopefully if we do foul, hopefully if the Bruins do foul the Jimmies, they're able to miss a free throw or 2 and get a rebound and try to get an easy bucket at the other end.
Opportunity for a coach's salute for the Bellevue Bruins. Head coach Lucas Gabriel now in his 6th season at the helm, along with associate head coach Nate Geiser and assistant coach Aaron Havas. Those guys do a great job with this Bruin program, and also with the Jimmies, a first-year head coach, Casey Brueggemann, the new head coach for UJ. His assistant coaches are Tath Dock, Carter Jansen, and Anthony Konzimius. I think Anthony was a North Star basketball player back in the day. I remember that name from somewhere. Perhaps presentation, not sure. That's my guess.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to help you on that one, but I don't know either.
Some names just kind of stick in the back of your brain, and so drive is off the mark. Battle for the rebound is going to result in a foul against one of the Jimmies. That will go against Carson Woodford, and that will be his 5th personal foul. So the Jimmy's coaching staff not happy about that call against Woodford that finishes his day. For Woodford, 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 personal fouls. Raphael Allen to the free throw line, shooting 2 as the Jimmies now with 10 team fouls.
And that was great for the Bruins, too, because they get a foul and have a chance to score with no time going off the clock even. So that was about the worst-case scenario for Jamestown to make that foul 94 feet from the basket. But, obviously we missed the first one, but we got to knock this in, Ralph.
Second attempt by Raphael is good. Allen with 4 points today. Again, no Bruins in double digits. Emar Vincent with 8, the top scorer for Bellevue. Will Cordes with the basketball. Jamestown will be in no hurry to take shots from here on in. They'll try to milk the clock. Here's Benyon to push off, and the shot is good.
Good player, 21 for Benyon. Like I said, he's kind of single-handedly kind of controlling this game right now.
He's the guy they've been relying upon. He had 14 points in the first meeting between these two teams, turnover against the Bruins, and now 21 tonight. Kick out pass to the corner. Cordes has a three-point look, and that'll settle in the basket as Jamestown just continuing to pull away. Now a 19-point lead for Jamestown. Again, it was a 1-point game at halftime, but a 38-20 second half in favor of Jamestown. TJ Fritz has it knocked away. Cole Glasgow with the steal. The drive and foul on the drive to the basket by Owen Heckner. That'll go against Christian Carter. That'll be his second personal foul. Now 8-team fouls, so 2 free throws upcoming here for the 6'8" junior out of Fargo, Owen Heckner.
Yeah, there's sometimes games just kind of don't, things just don't click very well. I think this obviously is one that turned into one of those games for the Bruins. Give Jamestown credit. They really grinded the second half where they didn't shoot very well. They only finished 25 points in the first half.
Yep.
And they already have 38 in the second half with 5.5 minutes to go. And it's definitely been the tale of two halves. The Jimmies, really just outplaying the Bruins right now in the second half.
Second free throw bounces away. Vincent with the rebound. That's his 4th board. Willie Williams checks in for the first time tonight. Number 3 on his jersey, has the basketball right here. Hasn't seen a lot of playing time since early in the season, but it works his way through the lane for the basket.
Yeah, Willie's a pretty quick player and has a chance to do some stuff off the dribble, which I think just some turnovers have plagued him this year, and it's kind of cost him some playing time. So if he can, find a way to take care of the ball and show that, hey, maybe I can get some minutes here.
He'll pick up the foul on this drive to the basket, so another final 1-and-1 for the Jimmies here. Aiden Stainbrook checking back in for Jamestown as Silas Benyon back to the free throw line. Benyon with 21 points, 6 of them coming from the free throw line. 7 of them coming from the free throw line.
You said he's from Oregon?
Eugene, Oregon.
I wonder if he went to a junior college guy or not, or if he's a high school coming from there.
That's a good question, Dwayne.
I just asked because we get a lot of, as you know, the Bruins on our baseball team, we get a lot of
Oregon's
Pacific Northwest, NWAC, Northwest Athletic Conference kids, and usually, that connection, if he was an NWAC player or not.
Hey, you're going to recognize the name of this school. He started his college career at Lewis and Clark State College.
Yeah, we know that school very familiar.
The site of the NAIA Avista College World Series. Timeout on the floor, 5:02 to go. The Jimmies running away with the game in the second half, lead it by 19 points, 65-46. Keep a hopeful thought, Bruins. Magic could happen. Bruins could suddenly get hot. There have been instances in the course of the season where the Bruins rained down trays all night long, and had an offensive flow that was working well. Thus far tonight, it's been iffy.
Yeah, here's the Bruins, the tough part now, because they're obviously going to have to start pressing. Are they going to go man-to-man press? Are they going to run a zone press? You might get some steals, but when you run the press, too, you also give up easy buckets at the other end. And the league you can either get a few buckets and get yourself back in, or this league can kind of balloon, way out of control. So that's one of the tough things. We have to start playing gamble defense, which the Bruins are kind of putting themselves in. Obviously they got to get a bucket, but pretty much a full court press from here on out.
The Bruins lost by 16 points in the initial meeting in Jamestown back earlier in this month. Coach Lucas Gabriel in our post-game interview last night said the Bruins basically were embarrassed and were trying to put on a good show tonight, but so far it hasn't clicked that well. Liam Thompson with the drive to the basket. It won't go down. And the Jimmies come away with the basketball. A nice drive by Liam, but just it wouldn't finish. Walters into the lane against J.J. Montgomery. The shot no good. Offensive rebound. And the kick back out. Hunter Lyman got that board. Lyman has been a beast on the boards. 9 rebounds tonight for him in 15 minutes of playing time. Walter spins inside, puts a shot up again off the mark. Nigel Wilson gets the rebound for the Bruins and loses it. Will Cordes puts it in the hole.
Yeah, you got to take care of the ball, right? That was a good rebound, got a good defensive set, and just kind of a careless turnover when every possession counts now.
Here's Williams over to Thompson. Bruins continuing to run patterns, continuing to run plays. Here's Willie Wilson with a three-point shot, up and in by Willie. 5 points for him in a couple of minutes on the floor. Williams on defense now against Silas Benyon. On the switch, he picks up Walters. Anthony Walters on the drive, a whistle blows. And it looks like Deng Zhao. Let's change that. Willie Williams will draw the foul, his second personal. J.J. Montgomery checking back in for the Bruins. 3:25 remaining.
Yeah, that's when we're, on defense there. We're with the shot clock down to about 10 and kind of had some pretty good defense and don't foul them on a shot, foul them on a drive, or if you give them just a little bit more cushion once the shot clock's down to 10, all right, maybe you get a rebound.
Sometimes, yeah.
And now you give them 20 seconds off, and now they have a chance to score, get points without even having to take a shot. So that was kind of a tough foul, and probably need a little bit better move our feet there.
Anthony Walters with 7 points tonight. Cole Glasgow, one of the starting 5, back on the floor. Jimmies have used about a 5-man rotation tonight. The open look for Raphael Allen from distance. There's another tray that's going to be knocked down. 7th three-pointer of the night for the Bruins with 3:05 and counting. Bruins trailing by 17. Again, Jamestown content with running time off the clock, halfway through the shot clock. Feed inside the Walters. Nice job by Willie Williams to knock it off the bottom half of Walters' body out of bounds. Ball back to the Bruins.
Yeah, good defense there by the Bruins. Not a lot of time left, so might be a little too late, but still good defensive rotation.
Williams dribbles it off his knee, but maintains control of the basketball. Out to Liam Thompson. The Bruins about 2.5 to go. Williams, another 3-point from the wrist. That one's no good. The rebound pulled down by Owen Hector. Across the way, Casey Brueggemann, first-year coach for Jamestown, continuing to encourage his team to run time off the clock. It'll be near the 2-minute mark by the time Jamestown is done with this possession. And with a 17-point lead, time is their ally. Again, how did Benyon not travel or not rip out a groin as he tried to come to a stop on that play? Here's Christian Carter working his way down the floor. The basket up and in. Christian with 7 points tonight after a double-digit night last night. timeout called by Casey Brueggemann. Jamestown will have 3 timeouts remaining. Bellevue has 2 in the remaining 1:41 of action.
Yeah, Jimmy's just kind of hanging in there and keeping possession, running some time. Kind of an insurmountable now. Doesn't look good down 15 with a minute 40 left. I think the second half, the Bruins just turned the ball over a few too many times. 16 turnovers now on the game to just 9 for the Jimmies. And the big difference in the game is the Jimmies have scored 27 points off Bellevue turnovers, and the Bruins have only scored 10. So, currently down by 15 points, the Bruins are, and been outscored by 17 on points off of turnovers. So, one of those things that's plagued the Bruins earlier in the year is not taking care of the basketball. Same thing that happened up in Jamestown and the Dickinson trip, and something very similar tonight, unfortunately.
So those little things that you need to clean up. Bruins still in the process of growing and learning, and a nice move there on Will Cordes. We've seen the Jimmy's guards do that shot multiple times tonight. Penetrate, then fade away.
The difference is them working the shot clock down. They've been able to get good shots. Us working the shot clock down, we've kind of been, forced into a tough shot with the shot clock going down. And the Jamestown guards have made those little 5-6 footers, and that's something the Bruins, unfortunately, tonight just haven't been able to make.
Willie Williams will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. That last foul called against Owen Heckner. Been in for a good chunk of the game. That's just his first personal foul. Williams with 5 points under his belt so far. 2 of 3 shooting from the floor. That's his first free throw tonight. He'll get that one to go down. San Francisco, California native. Hey, Chloe Cloud to the rescue. Gets that mop out to wipe up some perspiration. All right.
Should go a long way when other guy's right there looking on his phone. Maybe he's looking up how to use that mop. He's looking up on Google how to.
I didn't tell you this yesterday. I got a text last night when you were doing the mop duty for the girls' game. One of your friends, he didn't identify himself, and said you were using the mop incorrectly. You should have been going clockwise instead of counterclockwise, or vice versa.
I'm sure it was one of the Dickinson guys making a joke.
Yes,
so.
I just remembered that. And I forgot to tell you earlier on. So
they were also sending me texts too during the game, just so you know.
And you were getting grief from Dave Denley and Ed Lahotek, everybody else over there. Under a minute to go, as this one is pretty well decided except for the final outcome. Walters off the mark, Carter with the rebound, his 5th of the game. Chance for the Bruins maybe to get off a final shot or 2. That one knocked out of bounds by Will Cordes. 45 seconds to go. I don't think Lucas Gabriel's probably going to be in the mood to come up for a post-game show tonight after this one, and we'll talk about some things yet to come on the season for the Bruins. The shot by Williams off the mark, the rebound to Silas Benyon, and about an 8-second difference between game and shot clock. Benyon will just dribble around for a few more seconds. He and Williams, a little conversation. Now over to the near side to Owen Heckner. Shot clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. They'll just take the 30-second shot clock violation. 7 seconds remain for the Bruins to try to get one final shot. Willie Williams on the drive. He'll put it in, and with 3 seconds left, Jamestown will inbound, dribble for a little bit, and there is the final buzzer. The Jamestown Jimmy pull away in the second half to win it by a score of 71-58. A 13-point difference for the Bruins after losing by 16 points on the road in Jamestown. So we tried to put a nice look on it, but it was just a second half that the Jimmies just took control of the game.
Yeah, Jimmy's and the Bruins grinded one out to 25-24 at halftime, and then the Jimmies exploded. Scored 46 points the second half, and definitely a tale of 2 halves for Jamestown. And that's when Silas Benyon just kind of took over. And then, and then Will Cordes was kind of quiet about the last 7 minutes, 8 minutes. He really started taking over, and those guys combined for 40 points. And that was the difference in the game. I've been at Bellevue for a long time, and I'm looking at the Bellevue score sheet. I can't tell you the last time I never saw a Bellevue team have a guy in double-digit scores in scoring, and we failed to have one guy in double figures today. So, yeah, just a really tough offensive day for the Bruins, and highlighted, for the Jimmies by a great offensive second half for the Jimmies. And give them credit, they came in and grinded after a tough day yesterday in Madison. Could have come down and not played well, but they gutted it out, and they have to feel pretty good about themselves heading back home after a split on this tough road trip, where the Bruins, after a big hard-fought win against Dickinson last night, the first place team in the league, and had a chance to make a run and maybe get two at home and get themselves back in the hunt. Have to feel pretty disappointed about this loss.
One win is a good weekend. 2 wins would have been a statement weekend. Instead, it winds up 1-1, and so the Bruins kind of stay middle of the pack in the conference at this point in the season, with about a halfway to go on it. Silas Benyon leading the way for Jamestown. 23 points for him. Will Quarters with 17. Cole Glasgow and Anthony Walters with 7 points apiece. 6 points each for Carson Woodford and Owen Heckner. 3 points for Aiden Stainbrook. 2 points for Hunter Lyman. That's the total for the visiting Jimmies of the University of Jamestown. Hunter Lyman with 10 rebounds on the night, tops in that category. For the Bellevue Bruins, Willie Williams come off the bench for 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting from the floor. Emar Vinson with 8, 7 apiece for TJ Fritz, Christian Carter, and Raphael Allen. Caleb Chang had 6, JJ Montgomery with 5. 4 points for Nigel Wilson. Deng Jal had 3, and 2 for Liam Thompson. Well, the Bruins just, have 5 days to get ready for next weekend on the road. The Bruins will be traveling on January 31st. That's Friday, to take on Valley City State of North Dakota. And then on Saturday, February 1st, they'll take on Mayville State. So 2 road games before the Bruins come back home on February 7th to take on and host Dakota State.
Yeah, I'll be able to watch all the rest of the Bruin games either on my phone or on my computer from here on out. The baseball team, we're taking off to go to Oklahoma the weekend of the 7th and 14th, and the Bruins are on the road next week. So, but yeah, they got a tough haul. Like I said, the conference is tough. Only 6 teams, and having to play everybody 3 times, and the long road trips, and there's a lot of miles these student athletes have to travel in this league. And even for Bellevue, the closest non-conference, closest conference opponent's about 3.5 hours away, and then making that trip up to North Dakota is a difficult one. It just is difficult for them coming down here as well. So that's why it's so important, in the North Star, because of the distance, to win games at home. Because winning games on the road in this league is really difficult, and like I said, very disappointing weekend for the overall for the Bruins. Hoping 2 big victories last night for both teams, and then for both teams to come up short today. I think they're probably disappointed in that.
Wins yesterday for the men and women against Dickinson State. Losses tonight against the University of Jamestown. Well, I think we'll call it a wrap here for this weekend's broadcast. Again, we'll be back to you on February 7th. That's a Friday night. Hey, I turned 70 on February 9th. Buy me a nice present.
There you go. Well, since I'm not going to be here, definitely happy birthday. So.
Get a couple of wins for me on your trip down to Oklahoma.
I got my 50th birthday just a minute ago, and I got a torn labrum for my hip. That's my birthday present. Torn labrum in my hip. That was my 50th birthday present.
You don't look a day over 49, so. On behalf of everybody involved with Bellevue basketball, thanks again for listening this weekend on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Dwayne Monlix, color guy, Logan Grant behind the scenes, Mick Krupski signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. That's it for now on the Bellevue Bruins.